Okay, this is Cadd 214 MEP on November 11th. Today we're going to begin discussions about our final project. We're going to head and talk about the overview of the project, how it's going to work, and then open the floor to any questions. So basically, this project is going to be combining everything that we've learned so far this semester. In that mod that will be live, it'll be labeled Final Project. You will have a Revit file, much as you did in the other ones. You'll take that Revit file, you'll import that into an MEP, well, into an HVAC HVAC template, plumbing template, and then also the electrical template. So you're going to end up submitting 3 different projects for your final project. In those 3 projects, you pretty much have not carte blanche, but you can kind of do with it what you wish as far as making a few things. And you really kind of have to follow the instructions that'll be given within that mod as well. I'm going to go over basically what we're looking for here. This is the model that you're going to be receiving. The architect that was working on it hasn't had a chance to finish it yet. But that's okay, because that's pretty much typical real life. When we're looking at things, they'll submit something to an engineer, and then there'll be some changes made, and they'll send the new model back, and then you'll have to work on that back and forth. So basically, you'll just be inserting the same exact model every time and just updating it from there. So we can work on that. All right, so let me jump to level 1. When I give you the instructions, none of this bathroom stuff is going to be here. I'm going to have you lay that out yourself, but I want to walk you through it, how, and then leave it up to you to create it how you want to. You'll have an empty floor plan, and the instructions for plumbing, for instance, will tell you to include 2 sinks, 2 bathrooms. I've got floor drains here, 2 water fountains, regular and handicapped. This is a janitor's closet. We've included a shower in here, a sink. In the break room, there's a sink and a refrigerator, so you'll have to run water lines to that as well. But basically, these spaces will be empty. You can change them up how you want to, whatever. This is an 8-inch plumbing wall here. Think about that when you get things laid out. You can have it duplicated like this if you want, but you can change it up if you want. So you'll need to create the entire plumbing system like we did when we created ours. You will need to run electrical lines through all of these as well. And then you'll also need to create an HVAC system. It is 2 floors, so you'll need to do that for both floors. You'll need to create the bathroom for the 2nd floor, and then the 2nd floor walls still need to be laid out. Let me go back to the 1st floor. Let me go back to 3D view. On the 3D view, you'll notice that we do have a plenum here. So for your HVAC system, you can run the HVAC system through this area right here. And through the HVAC system for the 2nd floor, you can run that above the ceiling. Now, I do have a 2nd ceiling on here, so you'll have to run it above that through there, but that shouldn't be any problem for you now. And that's pretty much it. So you'll have to take all the knowledge that we've done so far this semester and apply it to this house. You will end up with 3 different projects to submit. You'll have your plumbing project with that information, your HVAC system, and then also your electrical layout as well. Was there a question? Nope. Okay. You can pretty much work at your own speed. This project is not going to be due until December 2nd at 9 o'clock at the end of class. So you've got 3 weeks to do it during this entire time period. We will be doing check-ins throughout that time period. I'm not going to go over anything new with you, but we'll use that time to answer any questions that you have, and also, you know, kind of go through your design, see, and just kind of work with you one-on-one during that time period to see how you're doing. But you're not going to be learning anything new. It's just going to be strictly applying what you've already learned and just adding it to this model right here. So think of yourselves as the engineers for these. You're being submitted this model, and you're to come up with the lighting, HVAC, and plumbing designs on those. All that information will be contained within the mod when it's live this evening, or no later than tomorrow. I want to do a couple more things on here and get everything laid out for you, but pretty much work at your own pace. If you get this finished before the day it's due, turn it in and you're done. If you feel comfortable and want to just get it knocked out within a week and have it all done, you're finished for the semester. And remember, that's going to count for your final project and your final exam grade, so it counts for 2. But I'm also here to you know, to answer any questions and to work with you if you're having any issues. I'm going to go ahead and just open up the floor to any questions that you have about that. And then once this mod becomes live, you know, if you have any questions, let me know. But it's going to be really straightforward. If you've taken, you know, you've taken the other exams, so you kind of know how that works as far as how things will be laid out. So any questions, y'all?
It looked like on one of your floor plans that there are doors missing. That would be important for locating switches and stuff, right?
Oh, on here, yeah.
Yeah.
The architect hadn't had a chance to finish this yet. They're a little behind. But yeah, that'll be filled in on that. Yeah.
Okay, and that'll be corrected then on the file that we actually load.
Correct. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to finish all that yet. So what will be happening, what I have to do is I'm going to lay out the walls for the second floor for you, but I am going to take out the plumbing. I want you to run the plumbing yourself.
Yeah.
But all the walls and windows and doors will be added to get that finished up. But I just wanted to kind of give you an example of what I was looking for in here, especially on this first floor. How this is laid out. But yeah, all that other stuff will be finished for you. One thing I do want to show you, for some of y'all who aren't in my architecture class, remember when for your HVAC and your lighting, you need to figure out what the square footage of these rooms are. I'm going to show you a little quick trick so you don't have to actually do the math. Yeah, I made you do the math the first half, but that's different now. I can kind of show you how to do that and make it a little bit easier on you. So what we need to do is kind of label these rooms. You don't need to do that, but just to get your square footage, if you come up here to Architecture tab and this room and area panel, and there's this room tool here. If you click on that room tool and you bring it over here, you notice that's just going to drop that room's in there for you. Well, we can actually, whoops. We can actually go into edit type on here. And if you go to show area, that's going to give you the square feet. So you don't have to actually calculate that and measure that and calculate it. I'm not going to lay out dimensions on here, but just by using that room tool, you can very easily just get all the square foot on there, and that'll kind of give you a little shortcut to get that done. Once you're finished with that, you can just go into visibility graphics and hide this. So we just kind of laid all these out. I'll just drop in a couple of them so you get an idea of how, see, you've already got the square feet as soon as that pops up. And then you can just, you know, delete those if you want to. You're not really going to need them. That's just a little shortcut for you to kind of help out there. So probably the first thing I do if I were y'all when I get the floor plan is I go ahead and now do that and get the square foot for each room. I still would like you to lay this out on a Excel spreadsheet, the calculations that you're supposed to make for each one, like for HVAC and electrical. So still have that information calculated like you did before. And That's pretty much it. If you get like your plumbing done first and you want to go ahead and submit that, go ahead and submit the plumbing. I can get the grade done on that. It doesn't have to all be submitted at once, but you do have to submit 3 different sections of this project for your final grade. Any questions? Pretty straightforward. Any concerns about this?
Sorry, I got cut off last session, but you said this was going to be for our final grade as well?
This is your final project and your exam. We're not going to have an exam in this class. This is going to count for 2.
Okay.
That way, because Harold, you're in my other class. In that class, we are having the final Wednesday morning on the 2nd, but
Okay.
this is not going to be due until the evening. But you can finish it earlier, and you're not going to have an actual final exam in this class. That's why it counts for both.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. I'll get this live for you. I'll shoot out an email once it's live so everybody has access to it. Anytime you have a question, remember, you feel free to reach out, send me a text. If you need to work one-on-one with this, we will still be checking in, during the week for class. It may be 5 minutes, nobody may have a question. If you don't need to check in, you don't need to show up. I'm not keeping track of that. It's pretty much a work on your own project right now. And, but I'm here if you need me, if you have any questions or anything like that. So if that's no more questions, we'll go ahead and break for this evening, and that'll be it. Okay. Good luck. This will be live no later than tomorrow, and I'll see y'all on Monday just for a quick check-in. Bye, everybody.